Why you say it that way? 2 by. Oh,
I'm overcoming. I'm overcoming this adversity.
You have 2 by your wife, which means you got some other ones.
I have one more.
How old is that one more?
He is turning 2 in December. Exceeding, excelling, and overcoming. I'm surviving it. I'm 2 years past.
Well, you're not surviving it. It's something that you did.
Oh, most definitely. But I'm still. Me and my wife. We still rocking. Like I'm surviving. It's tough.
She's overcoming.
Oh, she definitely is.
You obviously did something you weren't supposed to do.
Come on, get to
I think you need to learn how to exceed and excel as a husband.
Damn.
So tell me how you're exceeding and excelling
as a husband.
As a husband.
I could use multiple examples. But for one, I'll say one I most recently did. My wife, she didn't even realize I was doing it. One day I just randomly sent her. I always send, my thing is blue hearts. Sent her a blue heart. Love you, babe. Good morning. On my morning text.
Boy.
Next day, love you, babe. 2 hearts. Next day, love you, babe. I caught myself sending her just like three.
Ah, shit.
Oh. Let me see how long I could go on with this heart. Like every day, I'ma add an extra heart.
He was caught on the hot seat.
I want to see how long. Like this real talk.
Part. Here go the funny
little tactics. And I said, let me see if I could finish this thing throughout the year into the new year, right? Oh, long story short, I messed up, right? 21 days. I don't know about you.
You having an unnatural allegiance to losers does not like you.
He said he messed up.
I cannot. So first of all, you told me this video was old.
It is. I saw it. I saw it last year. So he got ethered last year. And it's funny that it's popping back up, and he's gonna ether it again. This is probably just about to be your Valentine's Day for the next 10 years, bruh. I don't know. Like I don't know if you cheat on your wife, if you should be like, yeah, I'm overcoming.
I'm over, bro. And it's dudes
I
like. I
guess in theory you are overcoming because you
temptation.
was weak. Yeah, I guess in theory, like he was. I think he was caught in hot seat. I'm definitely shooting bail right now.
Absolutely, that was horrible.
That was
and
horrible.
You know what? Sometimes this is why I believe, or why I appreciate, before I go on other podcasts, if they tell me like, hey, this is what we're going to talk about. There's like this thing of, yo, this is how I know a trash ass interviewer when I see one. It's like, y'all want to spring questions on you, or I want to just have a raw conversation. I love when I go on podcasts and they don't have no outline. It's kind of like, all right, I can tell. And but with him, I don't know if the host told him, hey, we want to talk about these things. But
no, it seemed a little ambushed-y. It really did, because there's no way he would have that answer if he was able to think out the question.
Yeah, you can lie better than that.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't like when interviewers do that. Like let people know what you want to talk about. Like don't spring. I don't care if it's not like pure journalism. Like if your name isn't Dan Rather, you know what I'm saying. Like there should not be any as Sarah Palin would call it, gotcha questions.
I miss her.
Yeah, like just tell people what you want to talk about. And if someone says, okay, I want to talk about it, then now you could discuss it and ask what you want. But if somebody's like, yo, I don't want to touch on that, like don't just spring that shit up. Especially infidelity, because you're not just embarrassing him. You're actually embarrassing anybody that knows who his wife is.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So, and I think that I don't think that the interviewer gave a fuck about that, right? He just wanted his viral moment. I don't really respect that, to be honest. But I'm not gonna do the Pod Wars thing.
I am. I was looking at some pods that we, y'all know who y'all are. I was looking at y'all. I went on Social Blade and I typed in their information.
Ooh.
Yo, I ain't saying that Social Blade and the Hype Auditor and all these websites is right. But when all of them say that y'all fraud, you might be fraud.
Let me go on Social Blade real quick and check out.
Social Blade, well, let me tell you, Hype Auditor was cool because back in the day, what you could do is you could type in somebody's Instagram and it would tell you how many fake followers they had. It would tell you like what percentage of engagement. And so a lot of people don't understand, like, this is a social media thing that nobody care about, right? Besides people like me. Most accounts, the way Instagram works is, at least back in the day, they would show 10% of your audience. Yeah. Like your stuff. Out of that 10%, if a certain percentage of those people engage within a certain amount of time, then they will open up your stuff to like another percentage and then another percentage, and they will just slow release your post. Social Blade, but you know, a lot of people, what they were doing is they was buying likes, they was buying followers, they was doing all this shit, right? And so it was super cool to see. And then what you start realizing is like Kim K, you know, 100 million followers, right? Only 2% of her audience sees her stuff. It's not because her followers are fake. It's just because of the way the Instagram, just the way the algorithm works. So I used to have a ball because I used to be a marketing manager. So some of our stuff was like, yo, figure out if these influencers are real, fake, or fake. I give you a great example. Our girl. So Mike, and we're going to get to recap the last podcast, but Mike put me in an awkward position because we was talking about Poor Minds and Tabitha, and Mike said, I bet you can't make 10 minutes. And I said, you know what? I hate when Mike give me a challenge. I am going back to listen to 10 minutes of this shit. The first 2 minutes was the intro. Cut that out. So I only got 8 minutes to make.
Yeah.
I got to minute 7 and I turned it off. And I said, I am done. But you know, one of my favorite parts, and we could touch on Tabitha later, but one of my favorite parts was I went on her page because I figured I wanted to know how did you end up on Poor Minds? And what I love about it is, you know, and I love it with the Atlanta people, her follower was fake. Oh. So you have a person who has this idea, but they have to create this narrative about themselves and say, yo, let me look bigger than what I am. And so I'm looking at her followers fake. And, you know, the engagement fluctuates. So I'm like, something ain't right about her stuff. But then, you know, I realized what it was. But on Social Blade, you could type in people's YouTubes, Twitches, and you could just see what's up. And based off the grade they give you, they'll let you know, like, yo, if you should do business with this brand. So to be fair, we have a B+, which is pretty good for an account that's, you know, we working on our second monetization. We don't have, you know, we don't even have 1,000 subscribers yet. So it's interesting to see that. But yeah, man, if you want to know some of your favorite influencers is fake, go on Hype Auditor, Social Blade. It's some other ones out there. You will be shocked.
I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah, man. But I typed in some other people's.
Yeah. But I mean, we just totally hopped off of topic talking about Pod War. Anyway, young man, I tried to shoot some bail, but I do not like when pods ambush people. Like, don't do that to go viral, man. Internet's forever. Don't do that.
Well, I don't know if he did it to go viral. I definitely know that once he got done, he said, oh, I got a viral clip.
Yeah. I mean, but it was like, you can look at his face. It was a little bit like, you know, did you really just say that?
Yeah.
Did you really just say that?
Well,
and it's like, yo, you asked the question. Bro, like, you asked the question.
Sometimes they come on these podcasts saying some dumb shit. It's like,
yeah. But I mean, my whole thing is like, yo, give people a heads up of what you're going to discuss. Like, if I'm going to talk to anybody, I'm like, yo, this is the subject line today. Now, if you hop off of that and go down your own rabbit hole,
true,
that's on you.
That's on you.
But I'm gonna give you like, yo, this is what we're talking about today.
That's fair, man. Y'all, I want to welcome everybody to the Black Dads Club. I am your host, Gavin, aka Coke, aka whatever. This is my host. He runs the show. This is Pastor Mike Will. I am here to announce this is officially the last episode 129, where I will stop telling people that Mike isn't a real pastor. I see what it does to the internet, and I am full force on letting people believe that Mike is a pastor. So I will not be stating that fact after today.
Oh man, I actually love it. It's actually pretty funny. It be kicking y'all ass in the comment. Oh, we did not make it. Oh, we made it 8 minutes.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
It be kicking y'all ass in the comments.
It's amazing to watch, to see, to deal with. And then people hit me up all the time and be like, yo, he a pastor. How can, you know what? He is. Y'all good. Y'all good.
How's he use that language? How he acting like this?
Bruh. Like y'all don't like y'all pastors a little rough. My sister hit me up and said a pastor hit her up, wanted to take her out. I was like, bro.
Did she go out?
Nah, she ain't going out with that nigga.
Why she ain't gonna go out with him?
I don't know. Would you go out? Like, I wouldn't do it.
Hey man, look.
Especially because, like,
we gotta find companionship the older we get, man.
Mm-hmm. And then, you know, it gets weird because, and I understand it's not fair. Yo, sometimes you hold pastors' kids to a higher standard than regular folks, and it gets tough. Man.
That part is true. But hey, man, I done seen some of the biggest thoughts in the world. Settle down with pastors, man. So yeah. Or become pastors.
Or I about to say become pastors.
Or become pastors. So go ahead, tell her to go for it, man.
She not going out.
Just go for that.
She definitely not. Plus, you know, never mind. Some of y'all pastors, y'all be off y'all rocker. And you know,
most of these pastors are simps.
facts.
Most of them are simps. And, well, I mean, because they've lost all male leadership in the churches. So now they have to simp to keep the women from coming, because if the women don't come, you screwed, because the men aren't coming back.
Nah.
Yeah, I mean, you know, dudes visit church, but like this ideal of like, you know, men actually coming in and help build up and I hate it. I was having a conversation with somebody. I was like, part of the problem is that when we had strong black churches, that's where all your black male leadership was. Mm-hmm. So, you know, like you could go to church and you'd have a plumber in that church. You'd have a bank president in that church. Mm-hmm. You'd have electricians. Like, that was the one place where everybody would come to. Because, like, you don't even get that in the barbershop sometimes. Because depending on where the barbershop is, right, might be a barbershop, nothing but bankers. Might be a barbershop, nothing but hustlers, right? You normally don't get that intermixing in barbershops. But the churches was one place that everybody would come to. And that was an opportunity for us in the black community to try to make the changes that we needed to make. But we let supremacy, you know, divide us apart, right? You know, the Baptists not messing with the AMEs, you know, Pentecostal one is not messing with Pentecostal Trinitarian. This is the thing. It's like, yo, you didn't have to share dogma, but we definitely should have been participating and getting to know one another and networking and building businesses and, you know, having a type of elections that we needed to have.
And then, you know, the saddest part about black churches, in all, the community, kind of what you're getting to, the community was the one thing that did bring us together to make all these churches say, yo, we got to work together. And then, you know, even within your own church, right, you start noticing that, oh, we don't care about the community anymore. And it's like, yo, we got to this thing, and you witness it a lot. Especially, I went to a Christian school, so I saw it from the opposite side. And I went to an all-white Christian school. Let me put it like that. They do a great job of separating from the community. It's like, but they mask it under, oh, we don't want to get involved with secular lifestyles, right? But what happens is you take yourself out of the community. Now the community leaders, like, I thought it was super cool. I went to First AME in Uptown, right? Yeah. And Ben Crump was there. He did a whole speech. Like, he came in there to talk about everything about Black Lives Matter, about getting a DA. Like, the DA, he wanted to get the DA in office, and he was like, look. And he was going in, and it was a beautiful thing to see. But I'm like, I know some churches where Ben Crump wouldn't be able to go in and speak.
Yeah,
black churches.
Yeah, and it's like that. But the black church was the one place where all black people went to, and sadly, is not that way anymore. Yeah, right? All black people don't go to church. So it's like, okay, how do you find, you know, all black people now, right? Yeah, you know, Democrats, they flub this every year, right? They think that they know what black people think because they engage with a few people that look like black people.
Charlemagne. Bro,
they call them names.
They would fire Charlemagne up this
They should have. But, you know, but it's like, where do all black people coalesce, right? They think it's the barbershops. Well, you know, look at my head. Like, I don't go to the barbershop. Facts. Right? So it's like, now that we don't have churches, where is that? And I think some of the pushback is, I think it's the podcasting world. Not just like our pod, but when you look at like where, if you want to get a huge collection of black people now, it is in podcasting. And as black podcasters, even the ones that I disagree with, if we don't learn how to leverage that, then somebody's going to come in and take it over.
Facts.
Period. Point blank.
Point blank. I want to welcome everybody to episode 129. We are moving. Ryan did tell me yesterday, he said once we get to a certain point, he was like, I hope you and Mike know y'all going to have to go to 2 a week. And I was like, God dang. And he was like, yeah, once y'all get to a certain point, like, he was like, this 1 a week. He's like, you can knock that out on the ride home from work. Yeah. He was like, so I hope y'all know that. But I'm like, all right, man, we'll figure it out.
We'll get there. Let us get to, I don't know, maybe 200. We got to get our monetization up.
Yeah, we got to get the money.
When we figure out monetization up, y'all gonna get sick of us. Y'all gonna be like,
get these niggas out the screen. Speaking of podcasts, Nore.
Man, I love Drink Champs, man. I don't listen to it the way I should, though.
I loved Drink Champs.
That's what I meant to say. I loved, like, not love, active love.
You know, Drink Champs was one of my favorite podcasts starting out. I got some of my favorite interviews out of there. Whether it was 50 Cent up there, whether it was Fat Joe, you know, Fat Joe being one of the first interviews is beautiful because he told crazy stories that we never would have gotten. Yes. Whether it was who else was on there? Irv Gotti on there.
Really good.
Really good.
What's the black guy name?
Who?
The Akon. That one was really good.
Yeah. Akon was on there. I mean, the fact that you have Irv Gotti sitting there, and then Wyclef pops in just to surprise Irv Gotti, and they just talk about how they secretly competed with each other.
Yeah.
To go diamond. You know what I'm saying? Like that. And Irv Gotti was like, yo, we got diamond just to realize Wyclef sold 25 million. Like that's such a crazy thing to have Pusha T there. And I want to say it was Pusha T, excuse me. And have Nipsey to call in just to sing praise to Pusha T was like just beautiful. And then, you know, them saying, hey, Nipsey, we got to get you on here. And unfortunately, we know what happens. Yeah. But, like, it, you know, to hear the Isley brothers going there, like, it's crazy. To see what it's, you know, the beautiful thing about the old Drink Champs was, hey, you come in, we ask you all these questions, we give you a little liquor, and your liquid courage will take over and you start spilling stuff, right? And now it's a come in, sloshed, leave, you know, unhealthy and ruin the rest of your life. You know, Kodak Black going up there being so much on drugs, and then he leaves, gets arrested, you know, not that day, but you know, his PO and people start looking into him. Now it's like, yo, you know, we know what's going on with Kodak. It's sad to see Kanye go in there and say just off the wall stuff. And for clicks, you know, it gets posted. And if you haven't seen, and we're going to get to Benzino, that was such a, I think I immediately text you and was like, yo, why this out?
Yeah, Benzino. You know, I mean, I on one hand, Benzino, I mean, we talked about this. I think he could have been one of the most powerful men in black media.
You think so?
No, I mean, dude, nothing was more powerful than The Source during the 90s, right? Like rappers, all rappers wanted was their 5 mics, right? Yeah. All people wanted to do is be freshman of the year, right? Like, yo, if I'm an upcoming rapper, I forget what they call the section, Next Up or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. Like, yo, if I'm in Next Up, then by next year I can have an album done and try to compete for, you know, 5 mics. Like, dude, that was that era. If you got 3.5 mics on your album, you were not selling.
Oh yeah.
You were not selling. So to have that kind of impact and influence in hip hop, and this is during the time frame that hip hop is on the ascension. Yeah. So Benzino could have, like, what you see with like Vlad TV, that could have been the Source, right? Yeah. What you see with like podcasting in general, that could have been the Source. Like, the Source could have 20 channels right now. So he kind of screwed it up, and you were kind of like, yo, how do you mess that up?
Well, you don't grow.
You don't grow. You know, as we said in group chat, right? You get blockbustered. Yeah. But if you, to the clips we're going to play today, it kind of explains
his life,
how that happens, right? Like Benzino, emotional control, I guess, right?
This dude is the most emotional roller coaster I've seen in a minute. Hold on, what we want? Let's start with this clip. Hold on, I should have had this already pulled up, but you know me. For what? Oh, here we go. All right, I guess I should turn the phone up.
Because white people was fucking with us with hip hop.
Let's skip all this part.
Being aggressive with my nigga's girl. And he disappointed me when he went on Stacks and Matt Barnes' interview and started, bro, with a camera, bro, you getting aggressive with my nigga's girl. That's my nigga's girl. He don't got shit. He hustling in the streets. You got millions of dollars and you ain't supposed to be you from LA and you in another nigga city trying to get aggressive with a hood nigga's girl. That's not smart, bro. Somebody should have told you. When you go in another cities, these athletes, let me excuse these athletes, these NBA and NFL athletes. When you go in another city, relax, bro. Understand who you fucking. Some of these niggas, my nigga Merrill McNeil ran up on Lloyd Malloy and his mother put that shit out because he was fucking his baby mother. We don't play that shit, move on.
That is snitching, by the way. Like, Benzino, you got to relax.
I think he's already locked up.
But I mean, golly, bro.
Yeah. You know, I'm anti name drop.
Like, bro, like, geez, and you giving 2 names.
Yeah.
It sounded like the last name was a full name. Like,
well, that was the football player. That was the former safety for the Patriots.
So what he's talking about Paul Pierce, who we all know Paul Pierce got stabbed, and we really never knew why.
Yeah. So basically hollering at, you know, some hustler's girl.
Some hood dude. You know, this brings me back to last week, how we ended the podcast about vinyl. which is a club in a neighborhood in Charlotte, and how a dude was taking a shorty out, and some dude, her man rode up and killed both of them.
Yeah.
And I told you, I'm like, yo, you got to be careful. And I mean,
don't ever crash out over a woman though. Like if you crashing out over a woman, you are too emotional, bro.
All right, so are you talking about the dude who stabbed Paul Pierce?
Yeah, the dude that stabbed Paul Pierce.
Got you.
If you, I mean, obviously, you should probably leave men and women alone, right? But that too. But I mean, these guys are athletes. They're in cities. If you think for 1 second that the baddie that's coming into the section of an NBA player is saying, "Hey, I got a boyfriend," like that's not happening.
And he a dope dealer.
Nobody's asking that question. Nobody is providing that answer. Okay, so the idea again of crashing out, right? I can see crashing out over disrespect, like hey, sweetie, get out of that section, right? And then you be like, nah, bro, she with me. All right, now you probably get to the point where it's like, all right, what's going on, right? But but outside of that, like the idea of like, yo, let me school you, like Benzino is older than me, right?
Facts.
I would never be like, yo, guys, let me put you on, like. It's kind of providing context, like, yo, he still thinks it's the 90s.
Well, he do.
It is not.
This is why I'm
anymore.
trying to tell y'all. I don't think Benzino would have been who. I don't think he had the potential.
I think the organization, him as the CEO, that it wasn't going to happen because obviously, right? Because this is during the 90s. Because Paul Pierce got stabbed, that was like late 90s, early 2000s, right? And he's running a major, corporation, and you think this is cool? Like, hey. I give Jay-Z this. When he started for him to become president of Def Jam Island,
by Dame Dash,
he was just like, hey, all the street stuff got to go.
Well, yeah, but this is my problem. I agree. I think we both kind of agree with Benzino on the fact of he's not lying.
No, he's not.
A problem with these kids nowadays, and it's not even the kids. It's like the kids just put it on the internet. Y'all be fooling around with hood dudes thinking that they don't got nothing to lose. And they are willing to risk 30 seconds of their life to ruin another 30 years.
Exactly.
And what happens is a lot of y'all mess around with dudes, and I want to interview you, Ice, and I'm going to bring this up. Ice is one of the members on the Joe Budden podcast, and they were talking about relationships, and he said, yeah, I had a segment in my life where I only mess with married women because my girl hurt me. And I remember hearing that, and he went over that shit so quick, and nobody didn't say, pump the brakes.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that. One of my favorite 50 Cent interviews is, sometimes you got to realize that somebody is willing to go farther than you, and they willing to die behind the joke that you telling.
Yeah. No doubt. You definitely need to understand decorum and reading the room.
In the streets.
Yeah. So, and definitely reading the streets. But, and here's the thing, right? I'm not, as a guy, I'm not gonna be a hypocrite, right? I have definitely boinked somebody else's girl. All right. So that happens, right? But if it becomes habit forming, right? Okay. You gotta look at yourself. And not only should you look at yourself, like it also makes it hard for you to settle down because you think that this is how all women are. Right. So you get to the point where you be like, yo, I don't trust women. Right. I see a lot of guys be like, yo, I don't trust women. And when you actually like pull back the layers is because they keep cheating on the women that they with, and they keep messing with women that cheat. So then they have this expectation, well, this is all women. It's like, yo, that's not all women, bro. It's the women that you're selecting. So you said Ice point, right? When he's just messing with married women, it's easy to think that all married women cheat. And all married women don't cheat. But back to my point about Benzino, do not ever crash out over a woman, man.
Yeah, facts.
Do not ever crash out. Like even if it's your wife, bro, like do not ruin the rest of your life because you feel away right now. Yeah, don't do that.
Y'all better leave. And on the opposite end of that, y'all better leave these hood niggas alone. They willing to go there.
Well, I mean, most of these guys been locked up before. Like it's not, once you get used to prison. I dated a girl, her brother was in and out of prison, and he is probably in prison right now. And I dated her when I was 19. Like this dude has spent more time in jail than out of jail. Yeah. Right. So it's like once they get used to it, they're like, yeah, you don't want to interact with somebody like that because what do they care about getting locked up?
And Paul Pierce, if you got stabbed, that nigga told you to leave his girl alone. Because he could have easily shot you from a distance. He got up close and personal to let you know what time it is.
It was words back and forth, but again, like if I was ever at a table and there was a young lady there and a guy was like, yo, this is his chick, then I'm like, yo, Yeah, have a good day.
Yeah.
There's too many women in the club for me to be getting upset over one chick.
Or
like,
you thinking you the NBA superstar.
Girl, you knew your man was here. I make too much. I make too much money to be getting involved into an altercation.
And now you stabbed
over a bird.
And now you stabbed up.
Yeah.
And then you got to go snitch, which I ain't met.
Well, I don't even think that's snitching. I mean, you know, Paul Pierce is a citizen. You go in court and you go to court and you tell on them motherfuckers.
See, here's the thing. Okay, he is a citizen.
Yeah.
But don't play hood games and then don't want to play the hood game later.
Yeah. Well,
that's your problem right there.
Well,
that's why a lot of you niggas get stabbed, shot, and killed because you want to play in the streets half the time.
Well, no, yeah. I mean, you play in the streets, it's in the streets. But no, if you're a citizen, no, you take your ass to the police and you take your ass to court.
Facts.
Yeah, don't do that to yourself.
Hey, man. But Benzino got better. And
I'm Machine Gun Kelly.
Fuck Eminem, bro.
So which one?
Fuck Eminem,
so
bro.
Which one?
Fuck both of them, bro. Fucking Cassidy will kill Eminem in a battle rap, bro.
Okay, you talking all that Eminem shit. I love it.
Everybody.
Hold on. I love it.
Come on, man. My daughter came into the industry figuring that, hey, I gotta be cool with Eminem because everybody's against my dad.
Right?
Crying.
You think this shit is fucking cool? Nah, man. Ooh, we're failing as a people.
Oh, now you try to blame it on.
Yeah, they try to you failing as a people. Like, fuck out of here.
Benzino, you failed, bro.
Well, I mean, he definitely needs to look back at himself and look at again, right? Dude, you had the largest hip hop magazine in the world during the ascension of hip hop, right? But if you crashing out over women, like the whole Eminem fight thing, like y'all, both of y'all are in y'all late 40s and early 50s. Mm-hmm. Like, why are you still fighting?
Well, Eminem always said, "Yo, it's always gonna be up for you." You didn't give me that mic.
Yeah, I mean, dude, M should let it go because M is running into his damn 50s.
Nah, but M keeping it on rap. Like I'm not mad at M. Yo, you came out and you said you gonna kill my 7-year-old daughter. You've came out and said that you releasing tapes trying to make me look racist. You tried your best when I'm trying to grow to ruin my career. You talked about my kid. You talked about my mom. You talked about my lifestyle, and you try to ruin my livelihood. No, it is up.
You know what? That's fair.
You can't, that's the problem, man. And then here's the thing. It ain't like I'm getting you touched. I'm just talking about rap. We rap, and I'm just throwing little jabs in here. The problem is with Benzino is your career was over because you went to a white man who started a source. You tried to help them get it off the ground. You did. You took it to its height. But your ego ruined the source as well. Well, let's keep it real.
Yeah, and again, I think that goes to like men not being able to keep their emotions in check.
Clearly,
right? Like, I think that's the lesson that we need to take from here is because take somebody like Benzino he's been in every room that dudes ever want to be in at some point in his life, right? So the fact that he was never able to take that up, I know you said ego, but I think sometimes like we got to look at it. It's like it's more than just ego, right? It is. We're too fucking emotional, right? We're not masculine enough. We're not really controlling our emotions enough. Like there's plenty of times where something makes me feel a certain type of way, and I have to say to myself, like, man, I can't react or respond in that manner, right?
Facts.
I have to use logic. I have to use reason, and I think Benzino is a good example of doing things your way. Maybe even Dame Dash too, right? When you're doing things your way versus doing things the way that it takes to get things done.
Monique.
But
we get there later.
Well, we get there, right? But I think it's something to be said for people that understand how to get things done, right? So Monique, Tyler Perry, right? Very similar, starts. You know what I'm saying when it comes
Monique
to it.
Monique and Steve Harvey.
Yeah, Monique and Steve Harvey.
That's even better comparison.
Yeah, like very, very similar starts. Very, very similar, ascensions, right? What's the difference? And I think it's hard sometimes, especially as men, because it's like the man thing is, I'm gonna do what I want to do, right? And it's like, yo, what does that win look like? What does it take to get the win?
Facts. We can go quick. If you was Nori, would you have put that interview out?
I mean, if you potting, bro, absolutely. I mean, you kind of have to. You know what I'm saying? If you're potting, but I think you got to try. You got to kind of know it beforehand, though. Like we do not have guests. We're probably going to do guests at some point, whether it is online or in person.
Come on, y'all.
But one of the things that I really don't ever want to like set folks up. right? And I don't think Nore set Benzino up, but I think Benzino.
We got him. He fell for it.
I think he fell for the okie doke, man. Like, you know that the Eminem thing is coming up. And I get it. He's like, yo, why do we got to keep talking about it? You know, so he has a valid point. But you got to say beforehand, like, Nore, don't even bring up the M shit, bro.
Yeah, and you know what it is? Well, I mean, you got to bring up him. I don't care. If
it's
Benzino,
20 years later, man.
I know, but that's the biggest part of Benzino's career. Like, I mean, you got
like even the whole rap song, but it's like, you know, he was like, yo, I got him. And he was so excited. Like, dude, like, real talk, man. They like Benzino, like, I forgot that he said and done all those things to try to ruin M's career. But just be like, yo, man, I was wrong. And move on for that shit, man.
Well, maybe, but you know what? You talking about you Benzino, you beefing with M.
Because it didn't hurt him.
It didn't, but I mean, I can't say it didn't hurt him. I can't say that. We could say that. We'd be like, oh, you was the biggest rapper. You sold 75 million records.
Commercially, I'm saying it didn't hurt him.
Yeah,
emotionally, personally, I don't know. I don't know.
I imagine if y'all talking about it 20 years later, but I look at it like, yo, you beefing with M, Dre, Snoop, Jimmy Iovine, 50 Cent coming right behind it. You beefing with a lot of people.
That's too many big enemies.
That is too many, and for you to be you.
That's too many
because
big enemies.
We all knew the magazines was going out of style.
Well, that's the problem. He got Blockbuster because at one point in time, him being him, he was the person that moved the needle. Right? You know what I'm saying? Like, I never forget, you know, Outkast, my favorite, you know, rap group. You know, they said, you know, I got to get my other half of Mike. Yeah. And like, in one of the best interviews has been, you know, talking about Outkast, and he was like, yeah, I was the only person that said that their first album shouldn't get 5 mics. He's like, I'm the reason why I got 4.5 mics, right? So at one, I could get how you could become that foolhardy and think that like, yo, I'm that powerful. But again, as men, can you check your emotions, right? Like, it's like the story of, I think it's Julius Caesar, right? Where he's walking through Rome and they say like he had someone that would always follow him and just whisper in his ear, you're just a man. Right? Because he's not being treated like a man. Everywhere he goes, he's been treated like a god. Right? So he has somebody that's their job. You're just a man. And it's like, as men, you know, when we do blow up, right? Black dads do blow up and we got access to the top third of men, right? You know what I'm saying? Can we keep our emotions in check and make sure that we understand it? Like, yo, while you might have a sphere of influence, yo, you just a man. You're just as susceptible to a mistake as anybody else on the planet.
Absolutely.
Even more so, because you might have more access.
You know, one of the cool parts about me is we got this podcast space, right? Outside of us using it, people can rent it, right?
Yeah.
When we do blow up, that is done. By the way, I'm going to let y'all know that now.
Kevin already stunned on y'all.
Absolutely. It is done. It is cooked. But part of that is people get to leave reviews. I have 150 reviews online. I think I have 4 or 5, maybe some non-5-star reviews. The rest, the 145 of them is 5-star reviews. I do have a 1-star review on there. And you know, it make you mad. It makes you upset. Because sometimes people lie. Sometimes people do not lie. They tell the truth, but they don't reach back out to say, hey, can you fix this for me? The hardest thing is when you get a bad review and it's like, damn, you've had my number, you have my email, you have my message. Why didn't you reach out for assistance? Well, I personally has never, and I have security cameras in my studio, I've never pulled security footage and said, you know what, bruh, let me send this to the authorities. Now, I've taken pictures and sent it to Peerspace, but that's a different thing. But there was an Airbnb chick. So I say all that to say, I understand how upset you can be about 1-star reviews or 2-star reviews. There was this company, they gave this chick, I'm assuming she's a woman. Let me take that back. There was this family, had an Airbnb. They kicked the guest out because he had a party. They had all these restrictions on the home. The person broke all the restrictions. They did allow this person to stay one extra night because it was too late for them to go find a hotel. They kicked them out the next day. The person left. They left a 1-star review on the home. The homeowner gets back to the crib, sees it's left as a mess, submits everything to Airbnb. Airbnb prints out this $950 bill, gives it to the person. The person is refusing to pay. And what does the Airbnb host do? Sends this dude's wife pictures of him cheating. Fair or foul?
Yeah, you know what? I mean, after you explained that, you know, like they not paying the $950 and all this stuff. So someone who would not do all that, it doesn't surprise me if that's the type of person that's cheating. And I'm not being a moralist here. Like there's 100 reasons to cheat that I think are valid.
God damn.
And there's 100 reasons to not cheat, right? I'm not one of these people that get upset about cheating.
Okay.
But sending it to the wife, that was foul. That was foul. You can't do that because that is going to kill your business in Airbnbs.
Oh yeah. Well, first of all, you're never going to be able to host again.
Yeah. You can't do that.
If anything, you got to send it to the person. A mystery email because they signed it with some BS email and sent it to her. You got to send it to the person.
You know
where
that's coming from. Like the moment my wife showed me that picture, I'm like, that's the fucking Airbnb host.
Here's the thing: if you do piss off the Airbnb, if you're gonna break rules at an Airbnb, you do have to understand there's cameras on the outside of that home.
Staying at Airbnb in the United States right now is a waste of time. Like
it is.
You couldn't. Like, hotels are so much easier.
Hotels are you can't cheat at Airbnb. Like that's what I wanted to get to. You can't cheat at Airbnb. You got to go to a hotel.
You got to go to a hotel. But yeah, the host sending his wife photographs of him cheating. But again, a dude who would cheat at an Airbnb and throw a party and leave a mess and not pay a fee. Yeah, I expect that person to cheat. I don't think he has a good reason to cheat. Nor did the first guy have a good reason to cheat.
Yeah, y'all got bad reasons.
And I said 100. It's probably not 100 reasons to cheat. It's probably just like 2 or 3.
I ain't got ass in a week. That's the reason to cheat?
No, not a week.
2 weeks.
But no, like, dude, I had read shit. I think we're going to end up reading the one thing, but I ended up reading this dude was like the last 2 years of his marriage, him and his wife slept together twice. Like, bro, that's not cheating. Like, if you go and sleep around, that ain't cheating, bro. Twice in 2 years, man. Like, no, that's not cheating at that point.
So last night we was I can't say why, but just congratulations to Ryan. I can't say why but congratulations to Ryan, big homie. He's mad cool. But we was at his crib yesterday and we were talking about how much time does your girl get? Like she goes to jail for this amount of time before you cheat. And
she's in jail. I don't think it's again, one of the things is not cheating. If your significant other is in prison for an extended period of time, that is not cheating.
So how long?
I don't know.
Your girl go to jail for 3 months.
I can hold out for 3 months.
6.
She gonna have to give me like pass. But I'm not gonna be like, just out here with a bunch of chicks, right? I'm gonna be like, do I have permission to get some companionship during this time frame? No, 6 months. No, 6 months. I'll get massages. No, I can make it 6 months.
Yeah, I can make it.
Is massages cheating?
I don't think so.
In theory,
you talking about if you getting jerked off? Or you smashing at him?
No, smashing your masseuse would definitely be cheating. But you just get a good rub in.
Man, I need to be run out.
All right, I don't. Okay, so 6 months. 6 months, we just go have a masseuse.
Like I look at it like this.
18 months though, that's not cheating. Like, babe, it's 18 months.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'd be looking at my girl like I think I told her that. I'm like, yo, if I'm gone for more than 2 years, you got to do your thing, but he can't be there when I get back.
Yeah, it can't be there when I get back.
And I don't want to know nothing about it.
And don't be disrespectful.
My family can't find out. Like, you got to just do your thing. You know what I'm saying? But she was like, oh, I think I can hold out for 10 years. I was like, well, you just stupid if you do that.
She's really just being nice to you.
In front of company.
Yeah, she dropped that in group chat. I was like, girl, listen to what I said.
It's been 10 days. Yeah, exactly.
Nah, not 10 days, man. Your wife better than that.
Yeah, because if you go to jail for 10 days, that's just weekend jail.
Yeah. If you cheated 10 days, come on.
You just nasty. You just a horny.
I wouldn't say you nasty. You definitely have no dick discipline or pussy management.
Pussy man. Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely don't have that. 10 days?
10 days. Speaking of pussy management, a mom is
I did not know we gonna segue into that.
You going to jail, sis.
Yeah, she's already in jail. She got locked up today.
24 clients came in to get waxed. This woman took pictures of that, and I'm not mad at that. A lot of you estheticians, a lot of you waxers do videos. I think it's hilarious. I think it's not necessary, but I get it because you do need to show your work. Because I don't need no ingrown hair if I'm getting waxed. I get it, right? So I get the work. I get you got to show it. But to have your 5-year-old in the room, that's disgusting. That is predatory behavior.
So we disagreed last week, but this is predatory behavior. Why is your kid in there? In the waxes?
Losing because let me tell you the other thing. you understood that it was predatory and weird for your sons to be in there because you didn't have your sons in there. Because she has two other sons. They wasn't in there. Your 4-year-old daughter started waxing with you, and you thought it was so cool. This is how I know her baby daddy is a loser.
Oh yeah, I mean, dude, she has what, 3 kids?
3
How many
kids.
baby daddies you think she has?
4.
Yeah, like it's trash behavior, man. It's indefensible,
Bro. And here's the thing.
And this is why men need to really, really be careful where you put your seed at, bro.
Please.
Like that.
Let's
like
get to it.
It's shit like this where you really gotta protect the all spark, man. Like I could not imagine having a baby with a woman that is this,
Stupid.
Yeah.
Because let me tell you, for you to photograph and think it's okay to put on the internet, you have ran this by your friends. You've ran this by your man.
Oh yeah, if you taking pictures and throwing it up, it was a lot of people that probably was applauding it.
Oh,
absolutely.
Absolutely, because you did that. And then let me tell you, to the 24 women, I'm assuming, and I'm praying that they're all women. Because if it was a man in there, shorty is that man going on the registry. The mom is going on the registry for sure.
Well, they already said that cops were looking for the people that came in to get.
Oh yeah, that client list is done.
Yeah,
but I'm saying on that client list, I hope it's all women, because if it's a dude, the women might not go on the registry. I think they should.
Yeah,
because if
women
it was
definitely get bailed out from their
predatory behavior.
Yeah,
imagine a 4-year-old spreading wax on your coochie, and y'all think it's all cool.
All right, next topic.
Let's recap last podcast. I got the text. They want to know, have you walked back Bruno Mars' amazing performance of the Super Bowl?
No, I think it was really, really good. Now, I will say this. I did combine some of Bruno Mars with Beyonce with his concert. I will say that.
Thank you.
All right, I will say it. But I think Bruno Mars as a Super Bowl performer, right? Maybe not that performance per se, but as a performer, I still think he's top 5. No, I get some of the people arguments, right? Like people like, yo, Lady Gaga, Beyonce's better than Lady. Okay, I give you that. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Some people want to say MJ was number 1. I still think it's Prince. I think MJ was really, really good. But I definitely still think that Prince is number 1. The inarguables is Michael Jackson
and Prince,
right? And then I think after that, I think it's argue worthy. Y'all get too vested. I really don't be that vested. I'm creating content.
Nope, I was vested. I was hot.
Yeah.
And y'all DM. And let me tell you something. I told y'all this. Stop texting me about Mike. Please put it in the comments, because y'all hit me up and complain about Mike takes, and I'm like, yo, this would be real good.
Put it in the comments. I do not mind. Like, everybody's correcting me that Club Shay Shay is not 4 months old. It's 4 years old. You guys are absolutely right. That wasn't what I was saying, but that's what I said. So,
because 4 years ago, y'all wasn't watching Club Shay Shay. Y'all started 4 months ago.
He just signed a deal last year with
Colin.
With Colin's Network Volume.
Yeah.
So
sign us.
So what I was talking about, yeah, please. But what I was talking about was it's in his ascension in the last 4 months, right? Because nobody was really watching Club Shay Shay, a year ago. Mm-hmm. Like, I mean, honestly, even when he left Fox Sports, it really wasn't blowing up, which is why he actually signed with the Volume. So,
him and Mike Epps pieced it up.
Yeah,
smart on Shannon part. I'm gonna put it like this.
Well, smart on Shannon part being in Mike Epps' hometown.
Facts.
But smart on Mike Epps' part, because Shannon's a huge guy.
Oh, facts.
So they were gonna run across each other, and they're both y'all in y'all 50s, man. Like, bro, y'all too old for that.
That's your generation, man.
But yeah, it is.
Mace.
That is
him and Mace beefing.
That's
your generation.
The Pod Wars,
and we about to go to Eddie Griffin next.
Yeah,
that's all. Speak up for your generation. What's wrong with y'all, man? Y'all all right?
Dude, we grew up in gangster rap era, man. Like, that's the problem. And sometimes I will say, like, as a older guy, I still feel like I'm 25, right? Like, not like physically feel, because, like, I
didn't see you play basketball before.
Yeah. And then the next day I'm
crying.
Gone. Crying.
Hey, man, we can't go out this week.
Yeah.
Like, yo, can we hoop the day after the club with Mike?
Yeah, exactly. But I do think that, as a guy though, right? Like, I don't feel like I'm any less sharp than I was when I was 25. And I think, as men, you really have to age gracefully, because you do be wanting to, like, buck up or say something, and then you be like, man,
question,
I'm old.
Why are y'all playing? And because y'all don't play like this, and I understand people get hurt. I understand people die. I understand people disappear. Let me just put it like that. Why y'all keep playing with each other's sexuality? Because Mike Epps did it, and Mike Epps really wasn't that bad. It was just a joke.
Yeah.
But then Corey Holcomb comes out, and then now Eddie Griffin. They making a point to talk about Shannon being gay.
Yeah.
And it's bothering Shannon. Because
I think that's why people are doing it, right? Because
but why? Because y'all don't play like that.
I don't understand the whole. I don't understand the whole like calling men gay as an insult, right? I get why women do it, right? Because they want to just demean whatever the hell you're saying in that moment. But as guys, I don't know why men do it, because I'll be honest, man. For the most part, Gen X don't really care anymore.
Nah, they don't. Oh, the kids, they definitely.
No, I'm saying my generation. Like the older guys, like our parents care, but most guys my age, look. Now, I'm not about to say that me and my age are allies, right? I'm not about to say that we're not allies. But what I am saying is like it's not something where they're like, "Yo, it bothers me," to that degree. So I am wondering. What has Shannon did when he's out in these clubs 10 years ago that has all these guys pissed off? I'm wondering, is there more to the story?
I don't know. Maybe that is a great point.
Like because these are all comedians, and I know that these guys like we like to think that it's like 1,000 comedians. It's really not. It's really like 100.
Yeah,
all together. So all these guys know one another, right? And they all came in like boom right here. Yeah. So I'm wondering, like, what has transpired? I don't even think it's Shannon's sexuality. I think it's something else.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, with this age gap thing, stop DMing me, telling me that you agree with me. Put it in the comments. Yeah, because Mike, he want to hear y'all topics, and we did run our poll. 70% said it's control.
Yeah, I still disagree. It's not control.
Look, man, hey,
it's not control.
And shout out to the dude who tried to argue with me, and then told me half of the study, and I found the damn study and read him the next sentence in his study. Y'all gotta stop that too. If you're gonna tell me a study, send it to me. If not, because when I search for it, I'm going to look at it, and I got him up out of there. Another thing about last week. The Monique thing keeps unfolding and unfolding. We talked about Monique. We talked about her son, did a couple of interviews. Now Monique has a host. She's on tour with Cat Williams.
Yeah.
And they were at some theater, and she was coming in basically saying, yo, F my son. He ain't shit. I did all this shit for him. You know what I'm saying? And she's talking about how people are now coming up to her. I'm telling you, Monique swear everybody. Monique is the only celebrity where you can go up to and have a full conversation with her. All the other celebrities is like, yo, back up. But Monique, you seem to get to her face, especially if you're an old black woman.
Yeah.
And I don't know, man. I think it's weird. I think the whole shit is weird.
So I am definitely of the generation where it's like, yo, you respect your elders.
Yes.
So I don't know if that's a thing anymore in today's society.
Nah, it's definitely not.
So
my generation they did away with that.
Yeah. So I don't have any problems with what her son said per se. Mm-hmm. I'd say that I don't think I would have did that to my parents, right? Now, the inverse of that is what Monique went on stage and she was like, the old lady came up to me and was just like, yo, I got a son that treats me the same way, and forget those dudes. I also would say I don't see my parents doing that, right?
Oh, fact.
So it's one of those things where I think one of the things that we miss a lot of times is when you grow up as a single mom or a single father, or you grow up as a single child to a single mom or a single father, that there's a part that you end up missing as an adult. Mm-hmm. And I don't think most people recognize that, right? Because I think most people get to adulthood and they look and they be like, yo, I got 10 fingers, 10 toes. I'm at adult height, the adult weight. I have an adult job. I'm an adult. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what's going on here. I think Monique grew up in Baltimore. She grew up with a lot of not having, a lot of lack. Mm-hmm. I think, one of my friends called me and she was like, she said something that made so much sense to me. She was like, Mike, when she talked about like how she's struggling in school, she was like, perhaps Monique isn't the strongest student and she's not understanding what she's signing. And I was just like, man, I haven't even considered that, right?
She definitely, she started off with Shannon saying I was in the slow classes,
Yeah, so, so a lot of this might be she is being taken advantage of, and people know that she's being taken advantage of. Now, look, Monique, you got to go get a better lawyer, right? Or you got to go get better management to handle stuff that needs to be handled.
That's daddy or whatever she called him.
Yeah, but I did find her going on the stage in her good 50s talking about her son. I thought that was beneath her. I thought that was beneath her. Yeah, because I do everything I can to like Monique. You know what I'm saying? And I think that, again, when we look at like the Monique and the Benzinos, I think it's when you're led by your emotions, and a lot of us are, right? And it's something that we got to try to correct, and we got to try to do better. But when you're led by your emotions, I think that you always have these instances that end up being something that when you look back at it, because most time you ain't got to look back at yourself. All right, that Monique saying that on camera, people recording it, she got to look back on that. Benzino, saying this on Nore, he got to look back at that. The only way that you won't look back on it and understand it is if you just become delusional.
Yeah, and you know what? One thing I would say, Monique says she don't rock with her mom. She don't rock with her siblings. She don't rock with her cousins. Yeah. And she don't rock with her son.
So everybody's the problem, right?
That's what I was getting to.
Everybody is the problem. So how do we get her to understand that the commonality between all these situations, right, is you?
And I think one thing that Monique got to start looking at is maybe, there was this false narrative put on you that you hard to work with. But you know what? Sometimes your actions make people say, hey, I just want to stay away from that. I don't have time. You're not worth the reward. Yeah. The ROI is not high enough for me in this situation. Yep. I am here to say the Ask a Black Dad or Ask a Dad segment, however y'all want to dress it up, we do not give a damn. It is now live. You can email us at blackdadsclub@gmail.com. We do have a phone number. Hold on, I'm going to give it out here. Not that y'all going to remember it.
Oh, we got a phone number.
Yeah, man. And I made sure. So this is what happened. You'll call in or you'll shoot an email. You'll put in the tagline, Ask a Dad. You'll put your question there. Please put, if you want your name, give it. If you don't want your name, just put anonymous. It don't matter. I'm not going to, and on the voicemail, if you want to leave a voicemail, you can as well. Now, with this voicemail, I'm going to go ahead and be very clear with you niggas. I'm going to screen it before we do it. Because y'all not finna come on here and do nothing flagrant and make us lose sponsors. So, with that, but we do have it. It is available. Our phone number, you know what? I'm going to make a flyer and put it out because y'all don't give a damn. But yeah, man, I'm super excited. Y'all been asking. I know a lot of people. And we got an 803 number. I had to. But a lot of y'all been asking. Shout out to y'all that DM us y'all questions. Especially our favorite teacher, her short ass. But she hit me up. Also, a dude was trying to take her out, but he want to take pictures of her. Y'all better be careful. I seen a photographer online on Twitter bragging about how his new rule is that your man can't come to your photo shoot. And I said, I wanted to comment so bad, but I lost. You know how you refresh on Twitter?
Yeah, it's gone.
I wanted to comment how problematic that was so bad.
Yes.
Y'all ladies be careful. Fellas, y'all be careful too, but I'm going to speak to the ladies right quick. Y'all be careful about these photographers out here who requiring that your man cannot, or whenever they tell you somebody can't come to a photo shoot with you, that's a red flag, by the way. Y'all should abort, find your new photographer, and keep it moving. I'm going to just leave it at that.
That's your neck of the world, but that sounds reasonable.
Yeah. When somebody tell you can't bring support, it's kind of like, all right, what are we doing here, man? Damn, even a therapist will let you bring somebody. We got a post that we got to read because this is it's running around on the internet, and let's get some feedback from Mike. The post is, it's kind of long. Y'all bear with me, but I'm gonna go through it pretty quickly. So my wife was pregnant back in January 2023. She had a miscarriage in February 2023. Unfortunately, in April 2023, damn, this is a shitty ass 2023 for this guy. I found out she's been cheating on me since November of 2022. I found out because the dude girl hit me up on Facebook with all the proof, from down to text messages, videos, and pictures. My wife had no choice but to come clean. The first thing the girl asked my wife was if she was pregnant by her man. My wife said no, she was pregnant by me, but the lady asked, why did you text him that you were pregnant? Bitch, you know why. Her response was, that so I could stop messaging him. I'm no dummy. This girl was messing with both of us at the same time.
Yep.
I just wanted to walk away and leave this woman. She begged for me to stay and to forgive her. I did stay. Okay. This is the man who just said that, cheating don't really bother him or whatever you said.
Yeah, no, cheating doesn't. But when you getting pregnant,
oh yeah.
You beyond, like, you went to the disrespectful part of cheating. Now
You let him come in.
Yeah. Do your ovulation window?
Yo, you gotta catch that.
And you come home to me? Like, come on, man. Like,
yo, man, he gotta treat you like a toaster strudel, man.
No. No.
Coming in your girl, coming on your girl. Is she cheating? Which you prefer?
I'm not answering that. Neither. Leave my girl alone. But if you do get my girl, let me know, and then I'm gonna hand off to you, bro. I am gonna have, and yes, I just said that, like, but I'm talking about in a marriage, like, things aren't working. But like in a regular relationship, man, like, no, man, if you have like poor pussy management, like, nah, that ain't for me. Not as my girlfriend. You can be on the squad. You be on the squad because, I mean, like, dude, when you have a roster, like, the roster's the roster. But you tell me, like, you about to be number one, and like you doing this?
Yo, you can't come in my
like you know what I'm saying? Like you telling I had a miscarriage. Like you popping up pregnant,
bro.
All right, keep going.
Sorry. Keep going. I get distracted when me and Mike do potty because I have questions in my head, and Mike don't allow me to ask him flagrant questions.
Yeah,
this is me surprising Mike. On air, something he don't like. She begged me to stay and to forgive her. I did stay. I do love my wife, and I couldn't mentally get rid of the thoughts of her being and doing all that she did with the other dude. I felt violated, disgusted.
Yeah,
of course. As months went by, I blamed her for cheating. Duh. Yeah. There's no. Oh, excuse me. I was blamed for cheating.
Oh, he was blamed.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. See, and that's why you need to leave like up front.
Because there was no accountability on her end. So it's been hard to get over the cheating, especially since I've been faithful the whole time. What a sucker. So today
he did what he's supposed to do.
I know.
He did what he's supposed to do, man. And again, this is what makes it easy for you to make those kind of decisions when you're doing everything the right way and somebody just being flagrant. You got to bounce.
So today I was cleaning out her car and I found some paperwork under the seat. See, you searching.
You would not clean out the car.
Yeah, you was not.
Yeah, you're not. You was looking for shit.
You was.
And when you look in the toilet, you're going to find shit.
Look, and I looked at it, and it was a paper of her getting an abortion. That's responsible.
It is.
I ain't gonna shout out to her, but you got to clean up the evidence. When you do dirt, please clean up after yourself.
Why she get an abortion? Why she ain't take the abortion pill? It's 2022. How pregnant was she?
Enough that this other dude girl knew.
Yeah, because she was like November 2022. They've been cheating since. Like, bruh, no, they've been cheating before then because that's more than 6 weeks. Let's see, November, December, January.
She was getting pregnant.
February 4th. Like, that means she got pregnant like up front.
Yes, it was.
Because I mean, you take the abortion pill up to what, 20 weeks, 19 weeks?
I don't know. Some states you can go further than that.
Yeah, like, so why she? What
she had a whole kid in there.
What paperwork? Why is he getting paperwork?
Because it's a whole kid in there.
Ooh,
it's not a fetus no more.
Yeah, brother, you gotta leave.
Yeah, bro,
you gotta leave.
There was
keep going.
Look, not even that. There was a card from the dude expressing how sorry he was, and that if things were different, they could have had the baby. That nigga was lying to your girl to get that abortion.
Yeah, he was.
That means my wife knew it was his. No shit.
Yeah.
I haven't confronted I hate this sucker ass.
I haven't confronted my wife yet.
Bruh, I haven't confronted my wife yet, but I don't think I can stay in this marriage knowing how irresponsible and messy she was. I'm throwing in the messy.
Yeah.
And allowed herself to get pregnant by this dude and then lied to me about having a miscarriage, pretending it was my child. I think it's time for me to divorce. Any advice?
Yeah, get divorced.
Shout out to I have a more experienced black dad than me beside me. This is Pastor Mike Will, and the floor is yours.
Yeah, no, get divorced. Get divorced. She's too messy. She's irresponsible. And she like she's a gaslighter, right? To sit here and be like, "Yo, I'm pregnant," and then I had a miscarriage. Like, come on, man. Like, none of these behaviors are going to get better. Like, get out of that marriage now. But this be the problem, man. We don't we don't properly vet women, and we live in such a culture now, right? With men just being able to accept anything. And I know everybody's looking at the first half of this pop. I was like, yo, it's 100 reasons to cheat. And then I did correct and I was like, yo, it's just a few, right? It doesn't sound like she really had a reason to cheat. It really just sounds like she just has, poor pussy management.
Mike, you got to tell the truth.
Yeah.
No, you're not telling me.
Yeah, she just.
This chick has been cheating on him for the last 10 years.
Oh,
she was cheating on him in college. We've all seen a girl who's cheating on her man in college. She got ran through and the nigga always took her back because she cries. She does something special that night in the bedroom and he just a pussy. And what ends up happening is they get out of college. She continues to cheat and she marries this nigga and she continues to cheat.
Yeah.
That is this situation to a T.
Well, I agree because what I was going to add is I don't think he's leaving.
No, he's not.
I don't
leaving.
think he's leaving. And the problem is, like, not only is he not leaving, right? But 10 years from now, they're going to have the perfect marriage, right? Because she's going to be older, tired.
That vagina is stretched.
Yeah, like, whatever the reason is, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to position their marriage as if it was a perfect marriage.
Facts.
And I have problems with that because
Mike hates that.
I do because like if you're not going to be honest, right?
Facts.
And if you're the type of man that you're able to take cuckold behavior, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do not position yourself as a masculine man, right? And I'm not saying that cucks aren't masculine. I'm just saying that masculine men aren't cucks, right? Two completely different things that I'm saying right now.
Shout out to all the cucks, man.
Yeah, and I have nothing against the cucks, bro. The cucks do what the cucks do, right? But this guy right here, that part, what I was gonna add is he is humiliating himself, right? Because I don't even think he blocked his name out. Like I think he posted it.
So it is. So no. The one that we reading, it was a repost. The original person, they did keep the name.
Okay, they keep the name out, right? And it's like, you're not going to leave. And if you're not going to leave, why are you trying to expose her? Why are you trying to embarrass her, right?
Because you embarrass yourself.
Yeah, you're embarrassing yourself and you're not going to go anywhere. So if you're that type of man, bro, don't even post it. Don't even talk about it. But you do have to understand it. Like, yo, at the end of the day, you got a woman that's not going to be faithful to you.
Facts. And that ain't your girl. You share that girl.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's get to the sports segment. One of my favorite parts of the show. Hold on. Is it time to cancel the NBA All-Star?
No, absolutely not. That's a moneymaker, man. Like, no.
For how long will it be?
Dude,
that shit was
our
ass.
sex workers had to go from Super Bowl to NBA All-Star to the Grammys. Like,
they did not go to Indy.
They went to Indy, bro.
One of my wife's favorite lines is, hoes don't get cold, but it get cold up there.
Nah, they got to make money, bro. They got to make money, man. They had to finish this off in February so they can take off until Ibiza. So, no, you cannot cancel the NBA All-Star Weekend. It does too much for the local economy.
Bruh, that was horrible. 211 points in the All-Star game. That was I don't know if that was the worst dunk contest I've seen, but it's definitely top 5.
Yeah, the dunk contest is crappy.
We could do away with that.
You know, I mean, they can make it more interesting, man. Look,
how? I'm asking, though. I'm
let the women team play the men team.
In the dunk contest?
No.
Oh,
in basketball.
Nobody, y'all ain't gonna watch that.
Man, yes, you would. Dudes would absolutely watch it.
They would.
And that, excuse me, when I'm saying teams, I'm not talking about like full NBA, like 3-on-3.
Nobody's watching it.
Dude, I would absolutely watch it. If you gave me the 3 NBA celebrity women, right? And I could pick them against, like, let us pick like the 3 dudes from the Rising Stars, not All Stars, not NBA players.
No.
But the Rising Stars, because it would be interesting because, like, yo, I don't really know these Rising Stars, right? I don't really know who the ladies are, but if they played a 3-on-3 together and it was actually competitive, I'd be like,
it's not going to be competitive. You're going to have Wimbiana down there. And
no,
Brandon,
not Wimbiana.
That's a Rising Star.
No, you got to use the guys that nobody knows.
You're going to get. Nobody is even. Here's the thing. The reason why the dunk contest ain't interesting because you have a G leaguer winning it. Nobody's watching it for him.
But Chung is still in the G League.
Yeah, they sent his ass right back to the G League. He cannot hoop. And then, you're not gonna watch him versus Brittany Griner. You're just not.
I would watch Machung versus Brittany Griner. I would watch it.
You don't watch neither leagues anyway.
I don't. But if you ain't gonna watch them together. No. If you put Machung versus Brittany Griner on 1-on-1, I'm watching it. I'm tuning in for that, bro.
No, I'm telling you right now.
I'm tuning because here's the thing. I would think that even though Brittany is a better basketball player in women's basketball than Machung is in men's basketball, I think Machung would beat her 11-8.
Exactly why you're not going to watch it, because you already know what's going to happen.
I'm watching it though because it might be 11-2. Or, it might be 11-10 and you like, bro, you can't play at all. I don't know.
Well, we know he can't. And then I think it's a slap in the face to the girls if you're going to make them play against dudes who not even good enough to play in the league. That's why they never going to do it. Now I do.
I mean, I can see your point there, but I think the other way around. Like these guys, are, like NBA players, are just too good, right? So you can't put them versus anybody outside of other NBA players.
Exactly why they ain't gonna never do it. Now,
but if you take the Machon versus like the top, I don't
nobody
know.
watching this shit. I'm telling, but
Sabrina
I do
almost beat Steph in the 3-point.
I think they should start doing more of that.
So
I believe that's one thing that I do believe. Like that was good. Shooting like the 3-point contest.
I do want her to use the regular size basketball though, and I know it's gonna mess up the whole motion.
Did she use the women's ball?
She used the women's ball. Like I really want to see. Like I want to see like everything's the same. And y'all go at it because I respect the fact that
I would let her shoot her women's ball.
I want to see. I mean, if it's like 11-30, then obviously go back to the women's ball. But I mean, I want to see because I respect her for saying like, no, I'm not gonna shoot from the WNBA line. I'm gonna shoot from. And she crushed it.
Yeah, she did.
To her for that.
I wouldn't use a different ball because, have you ever played basketball with a youth ball? That shit is horrible.
Yeah, I play with a women's ball and it's
horrible. Yeah, so I wouldn't. Yeah. We would never say, let Steph play with a women's ball and shoot it. So I wouldn't tell her to say, hey, let's let you shoot with a dude's ball. Nah, I'm gonna let y'all do it because you know the weight of the ball and it's just you practicing a step back. Now I thought that was good. And the 3-point contest is never going to go down. I think that's just one of the things where the dudes is like, we like it. We've seen who the best shooter. It is what it is. That has never dipped.
No.
But this dunk contest, y'all can get rid of that. Y'all can get rid of the celebrity game. I think is dope. I think
it's good All-Star Weekend material. I don't think it's good TV.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's good All-Star Weekend material.
Chris Brown was whining at the end of it.
You know what? But that's messed up that they invited Chris and then uninvited Chris. And I get it, right? Sponsors, at the end of the day, your advertisers get the rule. Mm-hmm. But at some point, right, if everything with Rihanna is okay, then at some point we got to be like, how long y'all going to hold us against Chris Brown?
I know we like to think that Rihanna is the only chick. There's other stories about Chris Brown that's out there. They float around on the internet all the time.
Okay, I don't follow like that
because the girl's not as popular.
Yeah.
And because there's no police report, but these girls have came out. Karrueche's even came out and talked about Chris. You know what I'm saying? So,
Chris, you can't mess with Karrueche, bro.
Yeah, but I mean, and I think that, and I'm not here to say that Chris Brown is abusive. I'm just saying what I am saying is. There's more than one story about Chris Brown, whether that's verbal, whether that's they run from him, and then
they should not have invited him.
Well, I think people know. Here's a couple things.
You can't invite the dude in to be like,
I'm 100% with you. I think it's jacked up because here's one thing we know: Chris Brown can hoop.
Yeah.
Whenever y'all do these little celebrity things, I know we like to think Gucci can hoop because. We know he'll kill it and nobody don't want to guard him. Cool. I know we like to think Quavo can hoop. That's cool. Whatever.
Quavo's an athlete.
I think
he was state champ in football, actually.
Yeah, he was good. I mean, we know 2 Chainz got a basketball scholarship. We know The Game got a basketball scholarship. So we know these guys can hoop. All of them say Chris Brown is the truth at hooping. And so I think we do get to this thing of they want Chris Brown there. He is a draw. You know he gonna take it serious. You know he gonna hoop. You know that the Indiana sex workers will show up that night.
I'm sorry, man.
But I'm with you.
Yeah, look.
Stop playing with him.
Dana White, Chris Brown. That's all I'm saying. Dana White, Chris Brown.
Either accept him or don't. Because Chris Brown don't bother nobody. Yeah. That's the one thing I will give him. Whatever happens in his private life, either it don't leak out and y'all can't use it against him, or he don't bother people. So let's be fair. Dr. Will, I am here. Dr. Will was working on Karina yesterday. He said he's finally ready to talk about the Super Bowl. He's no longer hurt. I am here to ask you on behalf of Dr. Will and all 49er fans alike, why y'all fired that man?
Look like they trying to go after Belichick. If they hire Belichick, then I get it. If they don't hire Belichick, he was definitely 100% scapegoated. 100% scapegoated because Kyle Shanahan screwed that Super Bowl up. I don't even want to get pissed off today. I don't even want to get pissed off. This shit was on Kyle Shanahan. This shit had nothing to do. If this dude held, as y'all like to always say, the greatest quarterback of all time to 19 points,
yeah,
he was fine. He didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah,
this was on Kyle Shanahan.
Let me ask you this. And
I did not mean that. I forget you can't say that word no more. I did not mean that like that.
Yo, that term, man. Like, y'all gotta relax. We know what like. Mike's scared of y'all canceling him, and I have to speak on behalf of letting Mike know you good. They ain't gonna rock with that.
Man,
let me ask you this.
It'd be 10 years later though. And then somebody takes that clip and then they connect it to something else. And now, I'm not gonna remember what I said 10 years ago without the help of the internet. And like now I'm trying to defend something I never said.
Absolutely. So make sure y'all play that clip, this whole clip. If Kyle Shanahan underperforms next year, y'all letting him go?
Nah, you can't fire coaches. And I know that seems like the in vogue thing to do, but who are you hiring? At the end of the day, the dude is winning. He is going to the playoffs. He has to hire somebody that can game manage and coach during the game. Like once he goes off script, he doesn't know what the hell he's doing.
Yeah.
Like I mean, you're gonna fire him and hire who? Right?
Belichick.
No. I would love Belichick as our defensive coordinator though.
Yeah. Last thing before we get out of here, Kanye West. If I was you. If you see Usher walking towards you fast, you better run the opposite way. I think this is low-key hating. Kanye West is he's my favorite artist of all time. I think he's the most important hip-hop artist. Definitely in the last 20 years. Maybe 30.
Last 20. Hip-hop. Yeah, I mean, I think last 30 would be a little bit of a stretch.
Yeah, maybe. But I mean, it's 2024.
But 1996 Outkast they're still there.
Kanye's way more important to hip hop than Outkast.
No,
you the only person who give Outkast all this credit. Kanye is more. He's done more for more careers in hip hop than Outkast ever has.
Tell me who was making music in Atlanta before Outkast.
It don't matter.
Yeah, tell me what's the mecca of hip hop music right now in the United States?
Atlanta, but that ain't got nothing to do with Outkast.
That has everything to do with Dungeon Family, Outkast.
Okay, so now you change it. Nope, now you adding in Babyface. You adding in.
Yeah, I mean, they were on that. Nope. Outkast was signed to them. That's what made it pop.
We can't allow y'all to keep moving the goalposts. You just moved the goalposts to include Babyface.
No, I said LaFace.
L.A. Reid.
I said LaFace.
L.A. Reid.
Yeah.
Two of the biggest artists. You cannot. We said Outkast.
Who popped LaFace off back then?
Babyface and L.A. Reid.
No, Outkast popped them off, man. That the sound, everything that happened in Atlanta, that was the whole Dungeon Family crew.
Let me tell you this. You can do it all you want. Babyface means more to music than Andre 3000 and Big Boy. That is a fact. That is no argument. You don't you don't have R&B.
Music, yes. We're not talking about music though. We're talking about hip hop. We're talking about Atlanta rap scene.
Okay, so let's not include Babyface with Atlanta rap scene.
No, I was saying that the label. I was saying what made that label pop.
I'm going back to it,
bro. You do realize that somebody on the label has to make the label pop. Somebody has to generate revenue,
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
so if there's an original artist that makes the money that okay, boom, now we get paid, right?
I'm here to tell you, Kanye West has generated more music in hip hop than Outkast has. It's not even close.
No. His discography is amazing.
No. We talking,
but you said in the last 30 years.
Yes. Andre 3, Outkast is probably not even in the top 5 if we talking about the most important hip hop artists in music. They're not even in the top 5 in the last 30 years. They're not in the top 5.
I don't know. We got to go through the list.
We're going to go through Jay-Z. We're going to talk about Kanye. We're going to talk about Drake. We're going to talk about Lil Wayne's importance before we get to Outkast.
No, we're not going to talk about because because Southern rap was not a thing until Outkast made it a thing. Right? They were Southern rappers, right? You had Luke in Miami. You had UKG, right?
Absolutely.
You had Memphis, the guys out, Juicy J.
Yeah.
But no one was really fucking with Southern rap until Outkast.
Absolutely.
So you have to give them credit for making rap what it is today. Because now when you look at rap music, out here, I'll give you credit here. Outside of Kanye, everything's from the South.
No, not even that. No, it's not.
Everything.
We get it confused on how. Let me tell you something. It was New York and LA.
Yeah,
the South came in the late 90s, and it's been running everything.
They had to break through, right?
I'm with you there.
All right, and again, what was the catalyst to break the South through, right?
Outkast. I'm giving you that.
Okay.
So you break it through.
Yeah.
The South comes in. Cool. We got that. you still ain't touching what the hell Kanye West has done in the last 30 years.
I mean,
sorry.
Here's the thing. You could argue that, but you said in the last 20, I agree. When you said last 30, I'm like, all right, hold up.
Dude.
Because again, like,
Do you get Drake without Kanye? No. You don't.
Hell,
you don't. Hold on.
I mean, if you
I'm about to
go
break it to
spider
you.
web that shit all the way out, do you get Drake without Young Money?
No, you don't. That's what you're missing. You don't get Drake without Lil Wayne. You do not.
Yeah.
But guess who helped Lil Wayne to be the biggest artist that he can be? Go check Lil Wayne's highest grossing albums. Go look at who's the executive producer. It is Kanye West. You go look at Jay-Z best albums. You go look at who's the number one producer.
I'm not saying.
Hold on.
Not saying Kanye's not one of the GOATs. I'm not saying that.
I'm telling you, what he's done for music has, look, you don't get Pharrell outperforming and Timberland them outperforming without Kanye West. They have all said this. I'm telling you, Outkast, this generation don't even know Outkast. They know Kanye. The generation that shaped the one after you, Outkast didn't shape that. Kanye did. I'm telling you, Kanye, and I'm not trying to shit on Outkast, but Kanye
You are a little
changed.
bit.
No.
You are a little bit.
I'm saying in the last 30. And I said this in the group chat. I'm done arguing music with Mike because Mike be saying shit and don't be listening to people. Mike don't even listen to rap music, so I can't even argue with this.
I listen to Kanye. I'm not a rap fan anymore. Like,
But
that is true.
Back to what I was saying.
Shit.
Kanye West, you shitted on Usher's rollout, and as you being my favorite artist of all time, I thought it was nasty work.
Do you think that was on purpose? Do you think that Kanye was just saying like, "Yo, I want to drop this on the Super Bowl," right? Which makes sense.
Oh, and now, so yes, I do believe that. Do I believe he was like?
I don't think he thought about.
I don't think he believed about Usher. I think he saw Super Bowl. But sometimes you got to look at it as like, yo, it's another black man who about to come out. You know, when Dr. Dre and them did their Super Bowl, nobody was dropping new music off of that. That's what made it super cool. Like, I still don't think Kendrick Lamar has dropped since then. We know everybody else hasn't. I think Mary J. Blige did drop an album, but it was what it was. Yeah. But the fact of, yo, this is Usher's biggest weekend of his life, and you say, hey, I'm going to drop an album today. And then you got the number one spot. Like, I thought it was just nasty work. You could have waited a week.
I haven't listened to it yet. He definitely could have waited.
Don't listen to it.
I mean, most of Kanye albums after his first 3 or 4, I have to re-listen, and then I like it the second go round. So
this motherfucker gonna talk about some Outkast in the last 30. Man,
bro, I mean, you said most influential. Like, dude, like Atlanta is the epicenter of music right now.
I said most important, and he's definitely more influential than fucking Andre and them.
Look, Kanye's a bigger artist. I'm not saying that, but you know, again, when we speak to like, yo, what made things pop? I think sometimes we look at our predecessors, the Trailblazers, and we're like, because they're not the biggest, that this happens without them, right? I don't know if Atlanta become the epicenter of music if Outkast doesn't pop.
I'm telling you, they do not.
You know what I'm saying? So when we look at it, it's like, all right, I get it, right? I ain't saying that I'm not saying Outkast is the 4-lane interstate, right? But that trail though, like the trail that you was able to follow, that was them. So that's all I'm saying, right? If you'd say like, yo, who's the bigger artist? I mean, it's Kanye. Like literally, you could ask who's the biggest artist between Kanye and probably 100 people, right? And you're gonna say Kanye probably 95 times, right? So like, I'm not diminishing him, but I do think that you young kids are a little disrespectful about the people that has trailblazed before you.
That man changed a whole genre of hip hop as far as production goes, and he was not the first, but he popularized it. Production changed after Kanye West.
Kanye's a GOAT. I'm not taking that from him. I'm just saying y'all young kids a little disrespectful. I gotta get out of here, bro.
The fact that he did the blueprint and Just Blaze had to go in on the second half to compete, that lets you know everything.
Kanye's the GOAT, man. I love Kanye production. Honestly, that's what I wish Kanye would do right now. Like, cause the stuff that he's doing, I'm not. I wish he would produce some big people stuff.
Last thing before we get out, I'm gonna just say this about Kanye West. If you look at Kanye West's discography, after he left that black woman, it was a lack of classics that came. I'm gonna just say that. That's my guy. But I looked at that discography and I looked at all the great. I looked at all the albums and I said, black woman, black woman, black woman, black woman.
He
ambiguous, Kim. You know.
He should probably get back with his first girl.
You should.
He probably should.
Alexis Williams, wherever you at, sister. With that, you got anything planned this weekend?
Nah, not that I can think of. Not off the top of my head.
All right, man. I ain't doing that. What you do for Valentine's Day? You go out?
No, it's a regular day for me, bro.
Kiss somebody?
Nah, it's a regular day for me.
I think I finally got my wife in the position to say, understand that Valentine's Day.
Well, I did not know where he was about to go, and he said he got his wife in the position. I did not know where this.
Come on, man. You know my girl shot, man. She don't even talk much.
I did not know where he was about to go.
Hey, stop asking my wife questions about shit I say on this podcast. Damn it. I be lying on here. We lie on
That
here.
boy that made me sweat. I was like, what is he about to do?
Come on, man.